Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Tuplex. Today I would like to start working on the next commodity that we're going to need for making our science packs, and that is green circuits. Now, as you can tell, we started by building up some smelting for iron, for steel, for copper. Basically what I'm doing here, and I don't think I ever specifically stated what the plan is, but what I'm doing is I'm building outposts that are going to be making each of the components that we need to make the science packs, except for military science. We're not going to do military science. We're just going to do red, green, blue, purple, and yellow. So for red and green science packs, we need iron, copper, and green circuits, and from that we can make the rest of what we need. And I think I'll do red and green science in the same outpost. So we'll have one outpost that makes red and green science. Then I'll have another outpost that makes blue science. Now for that we're going to also need red circuits, which means that I'm going to need an outpost that makes plastic to feed the red circuits. And then for purple, we're going to need to add stone brick and steel to the mix. So we'll need a stone brick outpost at some point. And then once we get to yellow science, we're also going to need batteries and blue circuits. Now blue circuits is pretty easy once we're making the red and the green ones. But we're kind of starting at the bottom with smelting and working our way up, similar to the way that we constructed the main base. We started with some smelting, we added green circuits, and then started making science packs and teching our way up. Now, in this case, it's not going to help us very much to make only red and green science packs in a rail outpost, for example, because I need to have all of the science packs in order to advance on the research. So what we'll be doing is basically building up all the components, and then we'll start making outposts that build the science packs. And then we'll have a central laboratory area. I don't think we'll do it in the main base, but we'll have a science outpost where we take all the science packs from the different construction areas and do the research. So that's kind of the overall plan for the base. So the next step for us will be green circuits. So we'll get started with that today. Before we go, I do want to get another rocket launched. So we'll go ahead and kick off those trains. That way we can keep our mining productivity going, albeit slowly. Checking our to-do list, we did the refuel train. That one's done. We've done copper and steel outposts. For some reason I skipped green circuits. That's what we're going to do now, and then we'll do plastic, and then we'll do red circuits and work our way down. So to begin with, though, we need to set up the rail system for the plastics, and I thought we should try to do it close to copper, since copper is the largest input into the green circuits. It's a little bit more than iron, and if we look at the Factorio planner, the Factorio calculator, it tells me that I need about 55 production machines making green circuits. Let's go over to LDS. So you'll probably remember that, similar to smelting, we've got a basic layout that contains 30 assemblers on each side. But in the case of circuits, it's going to be set up kind of like steel, where we're going to have one making copper wire and then direct inserting, or through a chest inserting into the circuit machine. So that means that on each side of the rail we'll have 15 circuit assemblers, or 30 in total for each production unit. So that means that for green circuits I'm going to need 2 production units, each one with 30 green circuit assemblers. So that's what we're going to take care of today. And I think I will need refueling for the green. Yes, I will. I will need refueling because the trains that are carrying plates from the smelting areas need to be refueled at their destinations. So pretty much every area that we set up from here on out is going to need a refueling stop. Kind of like we did with copper and iron depot. So let's head over here. I'll head over to copper smelting automatically, and then we'll switch into manual mode when we get close. So let's head on over. And then this should be a fairly simple rail setup since we only need 2 production units, plus a passenger station, plus a refueling station. Alright, so if we maintain the same spacing, we've got, here's the junction, then we have 1, 2, 3 sections, and then the next junction. So here's the junction, and then we have 1, 2, 3 sections, and then the next junction will be right here where I'm standing, right? Yep, so we can get rid of that. First step, as usual, is to clear the existing signals, so that the signals in the junction blueprint will take precedence. And then we look for our Fort 2 junction and plop that down. All right, and then I'm going to fix these lights because I know they're not going to be aligned properly with my next segment. All right, and then we're going to do a single, actually, yeah, let me, this isn't too far to run. I'll run over here and copy this stacker. You know, I suppose I could have made this on the other side so that we have this alternating pattern. I think that would be better. Let me do that. I don't think it matters very much, but I think it would be better to have some sort of a pattern to it. All right, rail. There we go. All right, let's find that junction again. Okay. We'll do it this way. For me, please. Thank you. Okay. All right, and then from there, I will get a blueprint of this. No, actually, let me get the blueprint from here because there's 2. Yeah, so we can go out like this. Let's just get rid of all the furnaces. We'll get rid of the modules. We'll get rid of power poles, chests, and everything else. All I want is the rail. I will keep the power poles. I'll keep the stations. And we might as well keep the radar as well. Okay. Now in this case, I need to add one more short segment. Didn't I fix the lights? Did I fix it backwards? Or maybe the lights on that short segment are correct and they're not on the other ones. Oh well. Okay, and then this one we can put down. It's kind of hard to get this all to fit on the screen. Is that right? Yeah, that looks like the right spot. extra segment here. Okay, I'm going to run out of rail here in a second, so we'll have to go back for my train. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know that I really need 12 stacker lanes here. Oh, I should have should have gotten rid of lights too. Guess I forgot to do that. Okay, and it looks like we're going to need some landfill. All right, let's filter for lights, at least from that side. Over here we can put lights and power poles as well, signals, that's all good. Okay, and we'll put a power pole on there. All right, let's go grab the train. I guess we'll leave the 12 lanes. Okay, and we'll grab the track. And start building all the rest of this. So as you can see, this is going quite a bit more quickly than it has the first few times, just because now we've got a standard design for our outposts, and now we can just copy paste a lot of it rather than having to construct it from scratch every time. And then we just wait for our bots to do their job. Let's see, I'm missing 4 stations, so let's grab a stack of train stations. I'm going to put half of the rail back in the train, and then we're going to need to go back to the base and get some landfill, because I don't think I brought any with me. Okay, and then we'll finish off the rest of this. Actually, why don't we finish it off now? We need to get the return section. Yeah, you know, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this if I don't have vision of it. Let's see. Nope. All right, so we'll have to I'll have to go over there and grab a blueprint. But first, let's get some landfill, and then we can stop there on the way back to get a blueprint of that return section. Oh. Yeah, I can't get there, can I? Well, I'll just back up onto the main rail. While we're heading there, just a quick announcement. I will be traveling next week, so I'm going to try my best to have episodes pre-recorded so that I can continue to release one every day next week, but it's possible that there will be, you know, at least a couple days where I don't have enough done, so I'll let you guys know more as the date approaches, but just thought I'd give you a heads up, let you know what's going on. Okay, so now let's head over to iron smelting so that we can copy this portion here. tell it to go to copper, just so we head down there to where I need to go. Okay, so what we can do is grab that, and again, I'll just eliminate anything that's not related to the track itself. And then I can't do it because I can't see it over there either. So let's head over there. And actually, let's give ourselves some visibility over here. I should probably have more than one turret. There we go. All right. Yeah, so let's head over towards copper, and then again I'll switch to manual. I remember reading about a plan at some point to be able to like double click on a station and have your train start to head to that station. They were working on some nice things to do to make it easier to move around as a passenger. I'm not sure what happened to that. Maybe it's implemented and I just don't know it, but I don't think so. Okay, so let's grab our landfill and we'll start filling in over here. I'll go a couple tiles extra just to make sure we cover it all. Okay, that looks good. I didn't need as much as I thought I would. Landfill seems to go fast when you start doing a big area, so. Okay, so now we can continue this down the line. We can do that. Not quite that far though. We can do that. And that. We need a signal on that side. And the rest of this looks good. And then that is unit number 2, right? Yeah, so that's where our return section goes. Yeah, and I think I may have messed this up actually. Here's why. Because here I need to bring in iron plate and copper plate. Is that right? That looks good, except for this and this. Okay, the rest of that looks fine. I think this is good. All right, so this is going to be, what are we going to call this? Green circuits. Seems like a good name for the area. And we'll put our label here. And then we also need a fuel station. And oh man. Okay, so for fueling, I think what we could do is we could move this down a bit. Yeah, so here's what I'm thinking for the refueling station. We do another one like this up here. And then we just move our return line a little bit farther north. Get some trees out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. All right. Yeah, and then this we can bring over here. That looks about right. There we go. Okay, so we'll put a couple signals here. And we need one there as well. Okay, that looks good. So this will then be green circuits. Am I calling it fuel or refuel? Fuel. Okay, so this will be green circuits, fuel. Good. All right, so we've got the fuel station, and then we have 2 units to bring in the material for the green circuits and 1 to bring it out. So, as I was saying before, I'm missing a signal here. I wasn't saying that, but I'm saying it now. Okay, don't know how that one got missed. So the issue here now is that I'm going to have to set this up so that I can unload copper and iron in the same unloading station. And to do that, we're going to have to control the trains coming in, because we can't have a train just come and start unloading, fill up the chests, and then just sit here. You know, because if we have a train full of iron, for example, and then it runs out of copper, then we'll have some issues. So we'll have to build some control circuitry into it. And what we can do is we can leave the stations open, but we can have these signals turn on. We can have these signals turn green only when there's enough room and a need to accept more material. All right, so let's go ahead and get that set up right now so I can show you what I'm talking about. So this will be green circuits. Well, we'll just call it green circuits in. And then this will be green circuits out. Okay, so let's go over here and we're going to copy our station setup like that. Okay, I'm going to remove that because I'm going to do a little something different to control that. Okay. Oh, it looks like I've got these reversed. All right, that's fine. So we'll just call this one out, because this is where my requester chests are. And we'll call this one in. It doesn't really matter. Okay, now in this case, we're going to change the requests. Do these stack? I don't remember now. What is the stack size for green circuits? I think if I click this, it'll tell me 200. Okay, so that means 4,800 can fit in a chest. What I'm going to do this time, though, is I'm going to change this so that it only requests 4,700. And I'm doing that just so that when the bots come to drop off material and they have more than what the request is, the chest won't be full yet. So there'll always be room to drop off those few extra circuits, and I won't get bots that get stuck and need storage area, so I can get rid of those messages that I get down here for storage. Okay, before I move on, let's get these trains kicked off again because I didn't quite make it to the next level of mining productivity. We need to launch another rocket. Okay, and then these are going to be accepting iron plates and copper plates. Okay, and we're going to control this with some circuit conditions. So what I'd like to do is on this incoming signal, I want to monitor how much iron plate I have and how much copper plate I have, and I want to turn this green only when I have the correct, or only when I have enough room to empty a full train of plates. Okay, so we're going to need two decider combinators to do that. And we are going to hook those into the robot network. Okay, and we're going to read the logistic network contents. So let's, just for fun, I'll just put in some iron and copper plates. So I can see here on my input signals, you can see wood, but that's just the wood that's in my personal inventory. Pay no attention to that. That's in my trash slots. You can see iron and you can see copper. Okay, so what we'll do is we will set this so that if iron plate is less than, let's do less than one full train. So a full train of iron plate stacks in hundreds. There are 40 slots in each train car times 4. So that's 160 slots times 100, 16,000 plates in one train car. Is that right? No, that doesn't sound right. 40 slots, 100, that's 4,000 in each car. Yeah. 16,000. Okay. So if iron plate is less than 16,000, or let's make it less than half, let's make it less than 8,000. So once there's less than half a train's worth in here, it'll allow another train to come in. Here's the problem though. If I need iron and I make this green, and there's a copper train waiting, then the copper train can come in. All right, so I'm gonna have to do something like I do over here, where I have a waiting station. Okay, well, let's go ahead and set this up anyway. So if iron plate is less than 8,000, we'll send an iron plate signal. And if copper plate is less than 8,000, we'll send a copper plate signal. Okay, but now instead of sending this to here, we can send the signal, yeah, we can send the signal back here. Okay. And then I'm also going to send it here. Okay. So we're going to close this. when everything equals 0. Now I should be getting a copper signal too. Why am I not? Oh yeah, I am. Okay, so this is green because right now we need something. So if nothing is needed here, then this signal will turn red. So no trains will be allowed to come in. And then we will also pass these signals down here, where we will have a station at each stop. Each stop except one, because I'm going to leave one as a bypass for fuel and for passengers. Actually, we'll leave 2, because I'll have 10. That should be plenty. So these we're going to call green circuits. Actually, these should be called green circuits in. And this one should be called green circuit unload. And we'll do unload copper. Oh no, sorry. No, that's fine. Yeah, unload. All right, so you know what? I don't want to do that. I should set this up the same way as I've done back here, which is to read the contents up here, send the signals down here, and do the control down here at the incoming stations. Okay, so this will be unload, this will be in, and then I'm already out of time, so in the next episode what we'll do is we'll set up the logic on these unloading stations, or these incoming stations. Sorry, it doesn't seem like my station name got saved. So these will be green circuits in. Did I call it in or did I call it Q? Let's see. I just want to do it consistently. Yeah, those are called in. So this will be green circuits in. Okay. So the trains will come to the in station, they'll wait for a signal, and then when they have a signal, they'll come over here to unload in whichever of these stations is available. Now in this case it's a little more complicated because I have 2 different stations. So I'll have to think of a way to have it. Oh, I know what we can do. Yeah, I'll need to think. I'll think of a way that we can have it go to the station that actually needs the material. And I think I know how we can do that. We'll work on this next time. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.